What's up, everybody? Ashley here from Hell Entertainment. Today I'm here with Sam, drummer from Saving Vice, and we're here to talk to you all about his brand coming out, Break Loose. So, Sam, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate that time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Please tell us what the brand Break Loose is all about.
Right on. So, I don't think Break Loose really necessarily has a core message. I want my brand to resonate with people in whatever way feels true to them. For me, Break Loose represents conquering vices, to keep going when you're going through hell and finding that light at the end of the tunnel, you know, because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I found it, you know. I want Break Loose to represent the feeling that I felt when I found that light, but I also want to portray like the years of depression, substance abuse, and self-sabotage that I felt for a while, because it can't be ignored.
Absolutely, I fully agree with that.
Yeah.
And I know you went through your hell, I've been through mine, everyone, you know, we all have our own.
And it's all about how you break loose from it.
And yes, exactly. It's important to break that comfortability as hard as it is. You did it, so congratulations for you, and super excited for you and your brand, Break Loose.
Thank you very much.
So what made you decide to get into fashion and the culture of all that?
So it all started with modeling. You know, I've always been playing in bands, and you know, and I always loved doing the band photo shoots and stuff like that. So I decided to branch off and do it on my own. And at the time, I was working at Zoomies at the Kingston Mall, right up the.
Yep.
Yeah, I was working at the Zoomies, and you know, through working there, I started learning a lot about different brands, like you know, like Odd Future, Sketchy Tank, and like Santa Cruz. So it's like I'd be at my shift and I'd just spend hours looking at all these different t-shirts and stuff, and I would think of what I would do to these shirts to make them even better. And it was kind of a mix between doing the modeling and working at Zoomies, where I kind of decided that I'd rather make my own clothing than sell someone else's, and I'd rather promote my own clothing in my model shots than promote other brands. So I basically just made the decision to start Break Loose, and then about like the next day I put in my 2 weeks at Zoomies, and
I love that. That's
and I
great.
kind of just full sent.
It's awesome, like how you were inspired by what you were doing at that time, and you're like, you know what, I can do this myself. I love that. Good for
Absolutely.
you. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ambition, and a lot of people don't, in their mind they have that, but they don't actually go and do it. So good for you. I love that so much.
Yeah, thank you.
So who has inspired you to get involved with the fashion designing?
I'm inspired by all the people, all the places and things I've seen being a traveling musician over the years, especially throughout my time being in Saving Vice. You know, in the past 2 years I've seen some amazing things, I've met some amazing people, and I think the coolest thing about that is that it's only just begun. You know, we're still a very green band, so we still have a lot to see and a lot to do. So, you know, I'm just constantly inspired by all the places and things I see.
Right. Can you explain the brand name and how you created that, came up with Break Loose?
Yeah. So when you hear Break Loose, what do you think? What comes to your mind?
To me, I want to like literally break loose, like just get out and I don't want to say like wild out, but like to me, I'm like break loose of like the common, you know, like that cage, get out of that cage, like that's what it.
Exactly. So when I was coming up with the name, you know, I wanted to express the opposite how I was feeling at the time, which was trapped. You know, I felt like I was caught in a web. I was stuck doing the same old routine on a daily basis, and you know, I wanted to express the chaos and like the doubt and like the yearning for the life I want. That was just an arm's reach out of length.
I like that chaos. Like,
exactly.
To break that comfortability that I feel like everyone just follows, and it's so hard to literally break loose from all that chaotic world that we live in and set ourselves in, and it's not easy to go out there and
exactly. And you know,
chain.
So you know, I was trying to come up with a name regarding that, and you know, I was at my old house in Pembroke, and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like half paying attention to the TV, and I was like on my phone trying to come up with ideas and stuff, and out of nowhere, like I heard like all hell's about to break loose or something, and then I was just like, So I turned off the TV, I turned on my light, and by 7 o'clock the next morning, Break Loose was solidified. So
that's great. I love
yeah.
All right, so tell us where and when will Break Loose items be available to the public? I can't wait to get my hands on some personally.
Yep.
So.
Break Loose is going to be available on our online store at www.breakloose.co. We're going to be launching on June 19th at the very start of the summer. So summer starts on June 19th, guys.
Anything else you want to go ahead and give a shout out to? What?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my boys in Saving Vice. I'd like to shout out the Saving Vice family. You know, thank you guys for helping make this possible. I wouldn't be apt to do it if it wasn't for all you guys. You guys motivate me to be the best person I can be, and thank you all very much.
I love that so much. That's cool.
Eyes up.